here we go. I think we might be with you. Sorry if we have any technical difficulties. Bryce Ferguson with the draw. No, Tigers have it. Lion shoots. Nice save by Waller. Out of bounds. Backed up by the Tigers. We apologize if you didn't have any of us for the first few minutes. Cougars are up 3-0. If you did have us, you're just getting a recap. We have we had Lowen and Charlie and Brendan Wright with the goals for the Cougars. Nice save by Waller again. Waller is on his game. Sends it over to, is that OBP? Still with the clear. Nice up. Oh, just out of the reach. Ferguson does scoop it. Gathers it in for the Cougars. Gives it down to Wright. Wright has it. Flag down. Looks like they had offside on the Tigers. So the Cougars will have a man up eventually. Boone has it. Santino Giatetti down to Wade. Wade gets around Burns. Gives it to Kuda. Kuda looking for a passing in the middle, but pulls it out. Gives it up. Now back up top. Cronin has it. Down to Wade. Wade trying to make a move. Burns doing a nice job warding them off. Now Cronin fires one low and beats Lau for another Cougar goal, making the score 4-0. Cougars, 3:21 left in the first quarter. Is that Cronin, right? So that's Cade's first of the day. So we had Cade had one. Cade has one. Lowen has one, right? And we had Boone had one. And Wright had one. Okay. Messidas out for another draw. Fought nicely by number 22, Luke Rowan. He's a big sophomore for the Tigers. Mealy strips the ball, gets it for the Cougars. Nice up pass for Andy Scott. Andy Scott gets it to Lowen Martin, who clears for the Cougars. Looks like they might have a little bit of numbers. Scott's going to load up from, no, he's going to pull out, give it to Boone. Boone's going to run down the alley, tries to shoot, but Burns deflects the shot, sends it way wide out of bounds, but the Cougars will have it. Put back in play by Brennan Wright. Brennan Wright gives it to Charlie Boone, over to Lowen Martin. 21 Martin sweeps to the top, gives it to Cronin. Now to Kuda. Kuda, Jeremiah Wade shoots one and beats Lau for another Cougar goal, making it 5-0 Cougars, 2:27 left in the first quarter. And the Cougars continuing the trend of hot starts. They were up 8-0 at the end of the first quarter on Saturday. They were up big at the end of the first quarter on Sunday. It's been a trend for the Cougars here lately. Ferguson out for another draw. Digs it back. Picks up the ground ball. Nice win by Ferguson. And he's going to get the clear. Still needs to get it in for a touch, but gives it to Boone. And Boone will give it over to Wade, but he can't handle the pass. And it goes out of bounds, giving the ball to the Tigers. It'll be Coleman Kraft, number 6, putting it in play. It's Kraft, sends it back to Lyle. Lyle is just going to keep it for a while. Cougars are putting on a ride. Sends it over to, I can't make out that number, but Lion misplays the pass, picked up by Brennan Wright, who runs it down, but didn't have a good shot, and he pulls it out. And he's going to let the Cougars sub out and get the offense on the field. Cronin joins in. Charlie Boone comes in. Lowen Martin comes in. Still have Wade, Kuda, and Wright at the attack. Martin down to Wade. Now Kuda behind the cage. Looking to dodge. Defended nicely by shot by Kuda. He got around the cage, circled the whole way around, puts a shot on, backed up by Wade, who scoops it up, puts it back in play, up top to Cronin. Now, Brendan Wright lets a missile fly and puts it in the goal for another Cougar score, making it 6-0 Cougars, 1:12 left in the first quarter. Cronin to Wright, Wright's second of the day. Who scored that one before that? Wade, that's right. Masitis with another face-off win. Sends it back to, who's that? I can't make out that number. Santino, Giatetti. Now he gives it to Wade. Wade down the alley. Gives it over to Kuda. To Wright. Back to Wade. Beautiful play. That was nice. Wade to Kuda to Wright, and Wade kept cutting down the alley. He finally got it back. Scores his second of the day, giving the Cougars a 7-0 lead. 57 seconds left in the first quarter. Cougars put on a nice offensive passing display there. And Ferguson will be out to take the draw. Andy Scott out on the wing over here. Ferguson still drawing for it. Luke Rowan is a big boy for the Tigers. He's a sophomore, number 22. He looks like he's going to be a force in a couple years in the faceoff circle. Got to take a look at 22 Luke Rowan. He's a big boy. Looks like he could be stout. Charlie Boone has it. Gives it over to Giatetti. Grandma Nona, hope you're listening up there in Rochester. I know you love us. Gives it into the middle for Brendan Wright. Misses the shot. Bounce shot. Backed up by Kuda. Cougars will still have possession. Gives it up to Cronin. Cronin down the alley. Doesn't have a shooting lane, so he gives it back to Boone. Boone pulls it up. Gives it to Giatetti. Giatetti sweeps over the top, looking for a screen from Boone. But nice. Oh, he's fired by Brendan Wright, just wide of the cage. 0.2 left in the. Kuda will put it in, and there's the quarter. With the Cougars continuing their trend of hot starts, opening up so hit set clock, and then 12, and then enter. So Cougars maintaining their trend of hot starts, jumping out to a 7-0 lead after quarter one. Yes. 2 goals by Wade. Grandma Wade was here on Saturday. She didn't. She put a nice post on the one of the posts. Give us a nice compliment. Thank you, Grandma Wade. We love you. Jeremiah's having another big day for you. 2 goals tonight. Brandon Wright. Mr. Wright's down here, I think. Yep, Mr. and Mrs. Wright, you're down there. Mr. Wright, yeah, he's down there. Yep, he's down there. Mr. Wright's down there. Brennan's having a nice day. 2 goals. Mr. Ferguson, Bryce having a nice day in a face-off circle so far. Oh man, we got a lot of people came up. Wallers came up today. The Williamses are here with us tonight. Boones. Oh my goodness, everybody. Martins are here. Oh, Martins are always here. Martins are here. We love everybody. We love them. We love the Canadians. We love them Canadians. But we love the American fans too that we have. I mean, I don't want to exclude anybody. Mrs. Hart made it up tonight. Mrs. Hart made it up tonight. Mr. Hart, hope you're doing well out there. Looks like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I think, are down there. Who am I missing? Who am I missing? Kate Cronin's grandma's down there. Huh? Oh, the Ferguson's grandma's down there. Yes, okay. Hey, Grandma Ferguson's, how you doing? Might not be Grandma Ferguson. I don't know. You Ferguson side or the other? Okay. How you doing, Grandma Ferguson? Okay, so here we go. North Allegheny does win the draw there. And number 20, Evan Lyon, captain for the Tigers, has it. Sends it over to 13, Gibson. Now to number 2, Lamarck. Ooh, behind him. Did you see that stick work? Mealy putting on some pressure, though. Good defense by Mealy. Now OBP working defense on Costello. Sends it behind the cage to Sishik. Sishik working on Ian Smith. Shoots it, but wide of the cage. And they're going to give that, saying that White was closest on the backup. And Mealy puts it back in, gives it to Waller. Waller's going to have it. Looking for one of his. Looked for Wade. Just couldn't handle the pass, but he does scoop it up. Gets a clear to Dom Kuda. Now to Ian Smith. Ian Smith. Timeout. Ian Smith had it. He was being cornered there. Coach Spawn does a nice job of calling a timeout. 10:51 left in the half. That was a good use of a timeout there. We were in some trouble. Oh, look over there. It looks like Mr. Kuda's over there. Is that an OBP? Is that a Mr. OBP over there? Is that a Mr. OBP in the red hat over there? It is. Yes, it is. Yep. Mr. Killian's dad's over there. Hey, have you ever had Killian's mom's brownies? You didn't have them at the Shady Side game after Shady Side game. She gave us the tray with the brownies and the powdered sugar on the brownies and the cookie bars. Oh man, woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, oh yeah. No, but they were bars. They weren't like cookies. They were cookie bars. Let me tell you, Ollie, you gotta travel with us one time. I mean, you wouldn't even imagine the snacks and the treats that we get. It's unbelievable. Here we go. Oh, nice. Loa Martin is being harassed by Coleman Kraft. Now he has it over to Cronin. Cronin down the alley. Shoots wide. Backed up by the Cougars. But they said that the Tigers were closest. So they're going to give the Tigers the ball. Up to Evan Lyon. He's going to clear. DeLauro cutting him off so that he doesn't have a fast break. DeLauro still putting pressure on his hands. Nice job with the stick by DeLauro. Back up to Sishik. Number 12. He's going to settle it down for the Tigers. Work on Cronin. Try to go down the alley. Cronin cuts him off. Sends it back up top. That looks like, I can't see the number. Oh, Costello. Now Sishik shoots one, and he gets it past Waller to put the Tigers on the board. Cutting the score to 7-1. 9:59 left in the half. This is a good shot. What was that? Costello, right? 33. 12. Costello fed it to Sishik. So number 12, Nicholas Sishik, puts the Tigers on the board. Sophomore Nicholas Sishik. Got to look out for him for a couple years now. Charlie Boone picks up the ground ball. Ferguson, nice face-off win between the legs, sends it back to Boone. Boone's going to settle it down. Nope. He thought about it, but then he pulled it back out. Now Cronin running down the alley. Tigers do settle down and get into their defensive set. Nick Kuda working around, looking for a screen. Gives it up to Cronin. Cronin over to sweeps over the top, shoots one. Saved by Lyle. Nice save by Lyle. Starts the outlet. Tigers in transition. Number 15, but cut off by Cronin. Ball's on the ground. Loose ball scooped up by Cronin. The Cougars doing a real nice job with the ground balls tonight. Boone feeds it up to OBP. Nice catch by OBP. Over to Wade. Sends it back to Martin on a not a real good pass there, but the Cougars do have it, and then they have another errant pass. And Coach Spawn is definitely not happy with that offensive possession. A little sloppiness by the Cougars. Sends it up. And the Tigers are now looking for break. Sishik has it on the ground, but does scoop it up. Looks like Castillo's out there on the offense. Evan Lyon out there on the offense. Colton Gibson, number 13's out there on the offense. Here's Sissik. Has it in his stick, working on Rade. Rade's back tonight. Is this his first game back, or did he play the other day? Oh, errant pass. Rade coming, fighting for the ground balls. Ball's still on the ground. Picked up by Evan Lyon, captain of the Tigers. Gives it back out to Sishik. Over to Costello. Castillo, Castillo, that's it. I'll get it eventually. Shot. Wide of the cage, backed up by Lamarck. It takes me a while sometimes with the names, Ollie, you know. Ooh. Ball still on the ground. Pressured by DeLauro. Lyon gets around DeLauro. Cut off, though. Ball's up top. Errant pass. He does run it down. Nice save by number 40, Sam Porter. Nice save by number 40, Sam Porter, keeping it in play for the Tigers. And he has it. Gives it to Castillo. Castillo behind the cage to Lamarck. Or is that Seshik? Is that 12? It is Seshik. Now Lamarck has it. Back to Seshik. Rade with some nice defense. Seshik working him around the cage. Looks for the feeder and Castillo, but Waller is right there for the save. And NA's called for being in the crease. Waller with a point-blank save on Castillo. OBP with an errant pass scooped up by the Tigers. Heading down this way on a break. Loads up the long stick. Another short. That was a nice transition of Kraft to number 2, Lamarck, on transition. Errant pass by the Cougars led to transition opportunity by the Tigers, and they took advantage of it. Finished off by Lamarck, putting the Tigers on the board again, cutting the score to 7-2. Cougars got to clean up the passing. Strong first quarter, but this has been another kind of trait of the Cougars as they start out strong, and then the first half of the second quarter they kind of don't do so hot. Mercedes popped it up, still on the ground. Mercedes looks like he had it in his stick. No, still loose, still on the ground. Mercedes does pick it up. And no, it's still loose. Ball's on the ground. Sends it back to Lyle. Now Rowan. Gets up and gets a touch for the Tigers. Now Lyon has it. Over to Sissik. Sissik going to work on Ian Smith. Ian Smith cuts him off, feeds it down to Porter. Now up top to 13, Gibson. Behind the cage to Lamarck. Lamarck working on Mealy. Mealy strong on his hands. Really strong on his hands. Nice save by Waller again. Ball still on the ground on the doorstep, and Waller will scoop it up. Sends it over to OBP. OBP gives it back to Waller. Up to Ian Smith. He'll clear midfield and give it to Wade, who got in the box for his touch. Cougars are going to sub out. Here comes Martin. Martin looks like he has a little bit of numbers to Boone. Boone to Kuda. Kuda gets hit. The flag comes down. Kuda now to Wade. Wade stopped by Lyle. Out of bounds, but the flag's down. Flag's down. Looks like we're going to have a penalty on the Tigers. Number 6, Coleman Kraft's going to be called. Cougars will be man up. Got their man up unit out there. Nick Kuda, Jeremiah Wade, Cade Cronin, Brennan Wright, Charlie Boone, Lowen Martin. Nick Kuda puts it in play, gives it to Wade. Up top to Martin, over to Boone. Now to Cronin. Cronin to Wright. Wright, back to Cronin. Martin, down to Kuda. Kuda looking for a cutter, but now Wright has it. Gives it up top to Wade. Now Martin. Back to Wade. Here's Wright. Down to Kuda. Kuda looking for a cutter, and Boone. Boone taking off his feet, and the flag comes down. Wright has it. Now to Wade. Wade over to Martin. Martin up top. Cronin has it. Down on the doorstep for Wade. Can't gather the pass. The ball goes out of bounds. Cougars will have it. And it looks like there'll be 2-man up for a touch. 4:10 left in the half. 7-2 score. Tigers are down 2 men now. Wade will have it. 15 seconds left on the initial penalty. Kuda behind the cage. Up to Cronin. Cronin now to Martin. Martin to Wade. Wade shoots. Stopped by Lyle. Nice save by Lyle. He'll send it over to his long stick 35. Back to Lyle. Now up to, can't make out the number 7. 7's met by Mealy. Mealy strips him of the ball. Ball's on the ground. Martin picks it up. Looks for Wright. Wright to Kuda. Can't catch the pass. Now ball still on the ground, and Kuda does get it. Lowen Martin has it for the Cougars. Charlie Boone's coming in. Cronin. And Kraft does come in. Nick Kuda shoots and scores. Nice feed from Lowen Martin. Down to Kuda on the doorstep. Wide open. Puts it behind Lyle. Given. So the Cougars get a score, making it 8-2. 3:17 left in the half. Ferguson, nice win. Scoots it forward, gives it to Kuda, to Martin. Or no, that's Wright. Brennan Wright with another score, giving the Cougars a 9-2 lead. Who had the goal before that? Nick Kuda. Yeah. We're shorthanded up here in the booth tonight. Oh, here comes Coach Laux. Hey, Coach. Good. Ferguson out for another draw. Fighting for it. Ground ball. Looks like, nope, Giatetti doesn't get it. They're going to call, I don't know what they're calling here. Helmet came off. Andy Scott did scoop it up for the Cougars. So possession win by the Cougars, and it'll be Giatetti will put it in play. Giatetti looks like they're going to put it in play for the Cougars. 3:03 left in the half. They're going to redo the face-off. Going to redo the face-off. There was no possession when the helmet came off, so they're going to redo the face-off. Okay. A couple of there's some people that are not too happy down here in the there's some parents that are not real happy right now, and here we go. Luke Rowan out to take the draw for NA. Ferguson for the Cougars. Looks like they called NA for going a little early. So again, Cougars will put it in play. Giatetti has it, working down, gets past Kraft. Now he pulls it out and gives it to Wade. Wade up to Cronin. Giatetti's going to come off, and Martin's going to go on. Now Martin has it up top. Cronin down the alley, cut off by the Tiger defense. Now Kuda working behind the cage. Good defense by, no, Kuda gets around, circles around, feeds it back out for Boone. Boone sweeps over the top, gives it to Wright. Wright, now Cronin. Cronin, no shooting alley, pulls it out. Still no shooting alley for Wright. Still just working the ball around. Low Martin sweeping. Gets down the alley, shoots. Wide of the cage. Backed up by Kuda. 2:01 left in the half. Kuda puts it back in play for Mex behind the cage. Worked on by Kraft. Now up to Wade. Across the field to Cronin. Down to Wright. Back to Cronin. Jeremiah Wade. Looking to dodge down the alley. Still got it. Works by the goal, by his defender, shoots it over the goal. Backed up by Kuda once again, and the Cougars have it. 1:41 left in the half. Kuda up to Cronin. Cronin working on the short stick. Gives it to Boone. Now Wright. Circles up top. No, he looked for a shot, but he pulls it down. Now Kuda. Kuda to Cronin. Save. Nice save by Lyle. Point blank on Cronin. Good save by Lyle. Logan Lyle having a good save there. Gives it over to Sisic. Andy Scott putting pressure on. Helped out by Kuda. They're still putting on the ride. Still putting on the ride. Ball's on the ground. Scooped up by, looks like Brennan Wright. Brennan Wright still has it. And Coach Spawn's going to call a timeout. And Brennan Wright is on the ground. Looks like I don't know, he's been fighting a little bit of an injury, but I don't know what he was. 49 seconds left in the half. Cougars are up 9-2. 9-2. Cougars are up. Another strong defensive effort by the Cougars. Brennan Wright's up. He's coming off the field. Looks like he's all right. Doesn't look like it's anything down low, so he's running. I think maybe he was out of gas, maybe, Coach. Maybe he ran so much he was just out of gas, Coach. Maybe he just ran so much he was out of gas and he needed to take a break. I don't know. He's pretty tough. He's strategic. I mean, the timeout was already called, so it wasn't like, he didn't, he didn't just let. Yeah, I think he's all right. He'll be back in no time. So the Cougars are going to have it. 49 seconds left in the half. Looks like Giatetti is going to come in and sub in on the offense for Wright. And he'll be down on the attack. And he's going to put his body right in there in the middle. Let's see if we can get him feed it in the crease and get him a goal. Get Nona up there in Rochester something to celebrate, huh? I know she's Grandma Nona. We know she knows she's watching. So there's Cronin. He's going to have it up top right, trying to go down the lane. Feeds it into the middle for Giatetti, but picked off by Lyle. Here comes Kraft on the shot. Saved by Waller. Again. Oh. I don't know what the call was for that, but Waller had a nice save again. But I don't know if they called him for going out of the crease and then coming back into the crease with the ball. Yeah, I'm not sure what they called there. But anyways, the Tigers will have possession low in the offensive end when we come back to live play. 14.9, so 15 seconds left in the half. Cougars are up 9-2. Waller's had some nice saves again tonight. Man, he's been on his game. He has been on his game. His mom and dad are here to watch him tonight. But made the trip down from Canada to watch him. He's putting on a show for him. He's saying, hey, mom and dad, watch this. Now you got to take me out for a nice steak dinner afterwards, huh? I think that's what he's saying. I think that's what he's saying. Mom and dad are here, so they can't hear me on the live stream. So, But, well, maybe they're listening to it. No, maybe, I don't know. Oh, yeah. Well, Mom's not sitting too far from me, so maybe she can just hear me anyways. I'm pretty loud, but, you know. So Tigers are going to put it in play. Number 20, Evan Lyon. Evan Lyon will have it for the Tigers. And he's going to give it to Castillo. Castillo gives it up top to Gibson. Now to Castillo. Cougars are on them. Sisic being defended by Andy Scott. There's number 2. Shoots and scores. And Lamarck puts his second of the day in, making a score 9-3 Cougars, 1.3 left in the half. Travis Lamarck, Jr., number 2 for the Tigers. That's his second of the day. Face-off win by Mercedes, but that's the half. 10 for halftime, 10-minute halftime. Cougars have a baseball game going on over on the other field tonight, home baseball game. 3-0. They're down 3-0 at the moment. Still got time. That's got to be early. What is it, about second, third inning maybe? Third inning over there. They got time. Cougars are improved on the baseball field, on the baseball diamond this year. They are. They are, Ollie. A little bit improved. In certain places. Concession stand is open here at the Lacrosse field. Doesn't help anybody at home, but if you're here and you're listening, you can get some good snacks down there at the concession stand. If you're at home, you could probably get some good snacks at home too. Always got good snacks at home. You know what I mean, Ollie? Popcorn. I'm not a big popcorn guy, Ollie. I have to tell you, those little things they get. Yeah, not the kernel. The little things that come. Just a little filmy thing that they get stuck in your teeth, and I don't like those. So yeah, I'm not a big popcorn person. What about you, Brad? No, no, no. Pretzels, yeah. Oh, Dots pretzels. You even have a specific brand. All right. I don't know if I've ever had Dots pretzels, but okay. What kind of popcorn you go for? The cheese popcorn or just regular popcorn or caramel corn? You like caramel corn? No, just regular buttered popcorn. All right, all right, all right. Not too often. Okay, I got you. I got you. I'm not big into the chips and stuff like that, but yeah, every once in a while I'll make up a homemade guacamole and have some have some chips with that. But uh, you know, I always think of it if I'm going to eat, I'm going to eat something like yeah, I'm going to eat something good. I'm going to have like a burger or steak or something. You know, I don't want no chips. Give me give me give me some burger or give me a steak. Give me a piece of chicken. Yeah, by the time you eat it, by the time you eat the bag of chips that you or whatever kind of chips you're eating, you might as well just eat yourself a chicken breast and you'd had the same amount of calories. You know, yeah, yeah, yep, yep. So once again, we'd like to thank everybody for joining us out there in live stream land. It's a beautiful, beautiful day here at Kiski, huh? I mean, wasn't real sunny out. I mean, it was sunny at times, but the temp was real nice. I mean, even right now, it's probably what about 55, maybe 60. Nice little breeze. It's not too cold, not too hot. Perfect night for lacrosse. I mean, if you were playing, this is what you'd want to play in right here. There's no doubt. If you were playing, this is what you want to play in. Be a nice day. As an umpire for baseball, this was my favorite weather right here to umpire in. Oh yeah, behind the plate. Yeah, when you're behind the plate and you got all that equipment on, this is perfect weather right here. 55 degree, not raining, but it's yeah. You got your nice little jacket on. You have a little sweat going. It's nice, but you're not like dying back there. Them summer days are like brutal. Yeah, brutal. You get behind the plate on a summer day, that's a brutal. You go and do a tournament on a Saturday and have 3 games in a 90-degree heat. That's fun. That's fun times. Yep. Most day I did 5 games one day on a little league day. 5 games. That was no fun, Brad. Oh, you have not met it. Like I'd have to say, youth sport parents are the craziest. The older you get, the less the less they yeah the youth ones. Ooh, baby. You know why that is? Because when they're little kids, like they can't like mom and dad always want to defend the little kid. When they get to be like your age, he can handle himself. Let him go. It's just normal. But when they're little kids, oh man, don't mess with the little ones. Who else we got down here? Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Petnich made it. The Petniches are here tonight. We got a nice crowd from NA down there too. Good crowd. Got some people from NA joined us tonight. Anybody from North Allegheny out there listening, watching on the live stream, we welcome you also. Hope I'm not butchering up too many of the names. I'm doing the best I can. Uh, Going to Pirate Red Sox game tomorrow, Ollie. Yeah, yeah. I know you're a Blue Jays fan, but I'm a Red Sox fan. You know that. Oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah. I've been a Red Sox fan all my life. Yastrzemski was my favorite player. Now, that's way older than you. Do you know who Carl Yastrzemski was? Yes, that was. He had the weird helmet. He had the extra large hole in his ear flap. He played. No, not big ears. He just, I don't know what the deal was with it, but it was an extra large hole. He played from like 60s, 70s, and into the 80s. Okay. And now his grandson plays for the Giants. Yes, yes, yes. His grandson plays for the Giants. But Carl Yastrzemski, that was my favorite player when I was a little kid because he had the extra large hole in the ear flap. He was unique. He was the only one that had it, so he was unique. So because he was unique, it drew me to him. And then since he played for the Red Sox, I became a Red Sox fan. It's funny how things happen like that, huh? It's funny what draws a 6-year-old child to sport, right? Especially back in those days, the Pirates were actually pretty good. Like the Pirates were winning World Series and stuff. Red Sox, yeah, Red Sox in the late 70s were good too, huh? Pirates started out pretty hot this year, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see how they keep going. We'll see how they keep going. Big weekend here at Kiski for lacrosse. We got, of course, the game tonight. Tomorrow we have a 12 noon game against Upper Canada College. Sunday we have a 2 p.m. start here against St. Ignatius from up Cleveland. And then Monday we welcome in Mount Lebanon from up the road down the road down there in Pittsburgh for a 7 p.m. start. And unfortunately, Tuesday game against Mercersburg has been canceled. So we won't play on Tuesday, but we do have games the next 3 days. Saturday at noon, Sunday at 2, and Monday at 7. All three will be live streamed also. And you can join us here on Cougar Game Day if you can't make it here to the stadium. Minute 13, minute 10 left in the halftime. Cougars once again leading 9-3 against North Allegheny Tigers. Last year out there, what was this tight game last year? Not 7-6, right? It was low scoring game out there at North Allegheny last year. Cougar, very physical game. Cougars came away with a 7-6 win out there at North Allegheny. Very physical defensive battle. A lot of the same players on both teams from last year are here today. So I'd imagine this is, even though the Cougars are enjoying a 6-goal lead at halftime, I wouldn't count out the Tigers just quite yet. They have a couple nice players. Evan Lyon and MJ Schwemmer, they're pretty good. And Sisek is pretty good. Lamarck's pretty good. I mean, they got some good players here. Defensemen, Kraft and Burns are pretty top-notch defensemen. NA always has a nice physical team. So it looks like Ferguson's going to be out to take the draw for the Cougars to start the second half. Charlie Boone will take the wing on the far side. Andy Scott's going to be the LSM over on this side. Coleman Kraft for the Tigers will be here on this LSM wing. And it looks like Roan's going to take the draw again. And he does. He scoops it up. He's going to lead the break. Fast break. Castillo shoots wide of the cage. Backed up by the Tigers. Lamarck puts it back in play. Castillo has it. Castillo working on OBP. OBP turns him. Gives it up to Sisek. Sisek's going to be defended by Ian Smith. Sends it up top to Evan Lyon. Evan Lyon working down on Andy Scott. Feeds it down behind the cage. Lamarck sends it back up to Sisek. Sisek gives it to Castillo. Castillo pressured by Mealy. Nice defense by Mealy. Sending the ball wide, causing a turnover, and the Cougars will have it. Charlie Boone. No, is that Lone Martin or Charlie Boone? I can't tell them apart. That's Charlie Boone. Charlie Boone gets it across midfield. Down. He still has it. Straight down the alley. Shoots one. Charlie Boone going coast to coast. Shoots one just wide. Backed up by the Cougars, and they will maintain possession. Put in play by Brennan Wright. Or is that Jeremiah Wade? I can't tell him. That's Ryder. That is Ryder. Here's Lone Martin. Lone Martin sweeping over the top. Gives it to Wade. Wade doesn't shoot. Pulls it out. Now he shoots. Saved by Lyle. Logan Lyle with a save on a high shot from Wade. Now Kraft into the middle for Lyon. Lyon trying to get clear, and he does. Still has it. Doesn't get his touch. Still doesn't have his touch. Sishik now does get in the box for the Tigers' touch. He's going to pull it up. Slow it up for the Tigers. Gives it over to, I think that's Lyon over there. Now Castillo has it up top. OBP playing defense. Now Gibson. Over to Sissek. Shoots it wide. Backed up by Lamarck. 9:58 left in the third quarter. Lamarck working on Mealy. Mealy doing a nice job on his hands. Still has it. Gives it up top to Porter. Pressured by Kuda. Over to Castillo. Castillo still has it. Sends it down. Shot by number 12, Sishik. Gets it past Waller for a Tiger goal, making a score 9-4 Cougars. Sishik with a nice shot. 9-4 Cougars. 9:37 left in the third quarter. Messidas out to take the draw for the Cougars. Won by Rowan of the Tigers. Gives it to Lamarck. Lamarck gets around Mealy. Sends it behind the cage to Porter. Now Castillo. Now it's Evan Lyon. Gives it to Gibson. Back to Lyon. Now Sishik has it. DeLauro's going to defend him. Sishik down the alley. Still has it. Turns back up top. Still has it. Being pressured. Gives it back to Lyon. Lyon working on Kuda. Kuda has him. Pressed. Going to be doubled by Mealy. Mealy forces him out. Continuing to force him out. Lyon has it. Still has it. Over to Porter. Bad pass. Out of bounds. Nice defense by Mealy. Forcing a bad pass and a turnover. Giving the ball to the Cougars. Charlie Boone has it. He's going to put it in play. He's going to use his wheels to get around the defense of the Tigers. Clear midfield and get down in for the touch for the Cougars. Gives it over to Wade. Back up top to Lone Martin. Martin back to Wade. Now to Martin again. He's going to set it up top. Looking to go down the alley. Sends it behind the cage to Nick Kuda. Over to Jeremiah Wade. Now there's Brennan Wright. Shot saved by Lyle. Lyle's coming on. Couple of big saves in a row. Cougars are shooting high. Maybe they need to start going low on them. 15 breaks, but Andy Scott cuts them off. Tigers did pull it back out. Now Sissik has it. Sissik has it. Porter. Shot off the post. Nick Kuda scoops up the ground ball. Nice job by Kuda. Still has it. Gets it to Brennan Wright on the doorstep. Bounce shot. Score for the Cougars. Good transition game. Shot for the Tigers went off of the side pipe. Bounced out straight to Nick Kuda, who picked it up. Starts the fast break. Gets it to the wide open Brennan Wright, who puts it in for his fourth goal of the day, giving the Cougars a 10-4 lead. 7:39 left in the third quarter. Bryce Ferguson out. Rowan again for the Tigers. Ferguson sends it back. Scooped up by the Cougars. Giattetti, who rolls back and gives it to Mealy, up to Ferguson. Ferguson goes down the lane, pulls it back out for Giattetti, who shoots one high, just missing the cage, backed up by the Cougars. Jeremiah Wade puts it back in play. He still has it. Works up back up top to Cronin. Now to Boone. Boone over to Martin. Martin down the alley. Still down the alley. Bounce shot and score. Lowen Martin. Running bounce shot between the legs of Lyle for his. Somebody probably pulled a fire alarm or something. Lowen Martin's second goal of the day, giving the Cougars an 11-4 lead with 7:06 left in the game. The ambulance was parked over here for the game, though, so if they got the call, they probably just went over there to see what was going on. So Ferguson out for another draw. Rowan for the Tigers. Dug out by Ferguson. Still loose ball. Ferguson does pick it up. Pass is deflected. Ferguson gets it back. Still has it. Sends it back to Mealy. Mealy being pressured by the Tigers. Tigers putting on a good ride. Mealy with a high throw across field. Too high for OBP. He can't pull it in. Turnover. Give the ball to the Tigers. Looks like Coleman Kraft will put it in for the Tigers and send it back to Lyle in the goal. Lyle has it. The Cougars are going to put on a semi-ride. Light pressure. They still haven't got it across midfield. Now they do. Andy Scott gets in, and I don't know if they have a touch. Did they get a touch? Flag down. Looked like they had Cougars are offside. So Sishik working on Smith. Goes behind. Now another flag. I don't know. The Cougars got a little confused there, and too many people went across the midfield, and they actually had too many people across the midfield. So the Cougars will be down 2 men. I think they're. Oh no, they're only down. No, they're down 2 men. They're down 2 men. They had 2 guys go, so they are down 2 men. So the Cougars are down 2 men. 2 men were offsides. 30-second penalties. And the Tigers have it. Sends it up top to Lyon. Now to Gibson. Gibson to Porter. Into the middle. On the doorstep. Waller on his game. Takes it away from Lamarck. Sends a long pass for Mealy. Mealy running it down and does get it in to his stick. And then throws it over to. Who is that? Martin over there? Mealy did a nice job of getting it up to Martin. And the Cougars get themselves out of trouble. Waller again. Like he's on it. Waller is on it. I'm telling you. Mrs. Waller, you good luck for him. He is on it tonight. He is on it tonight. The goalie families are sitting together. Mrs. Waller and Mrs. Williams sitting down there beside each other. So just remember, us goalies are all families, right? All the families. Goalies are all family. So Chris back home, give Dookie some treats, right? Give Dookie some treats. Waller just made a huge save. Dookie needs some treats. Anybody out there has a dog, give him a treat. Wally made a nice save. Give everybody's dog a treat. Even the NA people. Give everybody's dog a treat. They all deserve treats. My dog goes through so many treats. My dog goes through so many treats. It's crazy. Oh, he's a scammer. My dog's a scammer. He's one of them dogs that he'll go out and he comes in and gets a treat, and then 10 minutes later he acts like he needs to go out again so he can go out and come back in thinking he's going to get another treat. He thinks every time he goes out and comes back in he gets a treat. Most of the times he does, because I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for them dogs. No, I fall for it every time. So the Cougars still down 2 men, but they're going to have possession in the offensive zone. Looks like Charlie Boone's going to pick it up and put it in play for the Cougars. He's going to have to put on his wheels and run around here for a little bit. Cougars going to try to kill off this penalty just by running it out. Charlie Boone has it. He's stick knocked out of his hand on an aggressive check, but picked up nicely by Lowen Martin. Bails him out. Gets it to Brennan Wright. Cougars penalties are over, and they're evened up. Brennan Wright has it. Good job by the Cougars to get out of trouble there. Brennan Wright back up to Charlie Boone. Down the alley. Still has it. Feeds it in the middle. Nice feed from Charlie Boone. Who's that? Jeremiah Wade? No, Brennan Wright. Charlie Boone to Brennan Wright. Tic-tac-toe, hey, give and go. Brennan gives it to Charlie. Charlie gets down the alley, gives it right back to Brennan on the doorstep. And Brennan Wright puts his 5th goal of the day in. Giving the Cougars a 12-4 lead. Charlie Boone with a nice feed to Brennan Wright on the doorstep. Brennan Wright's been hot past couple games. He has been hot the past couple games. Brad, you say you told him in the locker room he was going to have 6. He's 1 away, huh? 5:12 left in the 3rd quarter. Ferguson still digging it out. No possession yet. Still loose ball. Kicked it the whole way down. And the Tigers do scoop it up to gain possession. Try to clear it up. They do get it across midfield. Castillo has it, but he's stripped of the ball by OBP, but they're going to give the ball back to the Tigers, saying the Cougars touched it last. Nice strip by OBP on Castillo there. Castillo has it. OBP putting on the defense. Cuts him off. Sends it back behind the cage to Porter. Porter pulls it out to Lamarck and now gives it to Sissek. Sissek's up top. He's going to work on Ian Smith. Cougars, again, having a nice defensive effort today. Sissek sweeps over the top and gives it to Gibson, who sweeps back the other way. Now it's Lyon. Lyon down the alley, defended by Andy Scott. Pass not handled cleanly by Porter, but he does pick it up and pull it in. Now Sissek. Sissek trying to get over the top. No shooting lane. Still working on Ian Smith. Shoots a low shot. Low to high riser over the cage. Backed up by the Tigers. Looks like Lyon has it. Lyon gives it back up top. Shot by Lamarck. Waller again with a save and a nice outlet pass to Mealy. Mealy scoops it up. Pulls it up. Now he lost the ball. Out of bounds to the Tigers. Waller with another nice save. Ball into the middle for Lyon. Lyon clears for the Tigers and gets down and gets the touch. Looks like Giattetti's going to play a little short stick defense for the Cougars. Lamarck working on him. Now Porter gets a screen from Lamarck, but Smith fights through it. Porter still has it. Backs up. Trying to get a little alley. Down the alley. Shoots. Waller just has it go wide. Backed up by Castillo. No, that was Gibson. I'm sorry. But Castillo does pick it up, and he'll put it in play for the Tigers. OBP. No. Castillo tries a quick shot on Waller, but he's there again to make the stop, and Andy Scott picks up the loose ball. Gives it to Dom Kuda. Kuda into the middle. Pressured. But now OBP has it. Cougars got to get it across to Giattetti. Now up. Passes deflected by Tigers, and now they pick it up. Lyon has it. Being pressured, still has it. Lyon gets into the box for a touch. Seshik has it. He's going to shoot and score. Seshik with a low to high riser over the left shoulder of Waller for his third of the day, making a score 12-5. It was a nice shot by Seshik there. 12-5 Cougars, 2:33 left in the third quarter. Looks like Masitis is going to take the draw for the Cougars this time. Ball's on the ground, loose ball, fed back to Boone. Boone has it. Rowan gives him a check, but Boone bounces right off of that, gets it to Kuda. Kuda now, low shot, nice save by Lyle on the low shot from Brennan Wright. So the Cougars will have it. Gives it to Martin. Now Cronin. Cronin goes behind the cage, right to Kuda. Back up to Charlie Boone. Tries to sweep over the top, lost his footing a little bit. Cronin. Now to Wade. Wade comes back to this side. Cronin. Shot. Saved by Lau. Outlet pass. Over the head of Kraft. Being ran down by Charlie Boone. Charlie Boone did a nice job of putting the pressure on over there. I don't know what they called him for, but they're giving the ball to the Tigers. Called him for a hold. He's Brad. Mr. Brad Mockenhop up here working the scoreboard and clock for me. He's a lacrosse guy. He filled me in on the details there. Now Lyon. Down the alley. Shot. Wide. Backed up by Schwemmer. Schwemmer for the Tigers. 21. He puts it in play. Being defended by Boone. Now up top to Porter. Porter working on Martin. Martin doing a nice job of keeping him out into perimeter. Dom Kuda working the D. Now Porter has it again. Over to Lyon. Lyon sweeps over the top. Working. DeLauro strips him of the ball. Picked up by Porter. Mealy comes in. Down into the cage area. Nice defense by the Cougars. Dom Kuda, who feeds it back to Waller, gets it up for Lowen Martin on the outlet, who scoops it up, gives it to Wade. Now to Cronin. Cronin bounce shot wide of the cage. Backed up by Wright. Cougars will have it. 23 seconds left in the quarter. Brennan Wright still has it. Feeds it up to Jeremiah Wade. No shooting lane. Gets over the top. Stripped of the ball. Stripped of the ball. Now the ball's still on the ground. Still on the ground. Charlie Boone hustling for the Cougars. Still hustling for the Cougars. Picked up by OBP. Now to Wade. And that'll run out the third quarter with the Cougars up 12-5. So we went from what? 9-3 at halftime? 9-2 at halftime. 9-3 or 9-2? 9-2 at halftime to 12-5. So 3-3 third quarter there. Cougars are up 12-5. Brennan Wright leading the offense with 5 goals. Lowen Martin 2, Jeremiah Wade 2, Cade Cronin, Charlie Boone, and Nick Kuda all with 1 apiece. Defense is led as always. I mean, defense has been on it. The defense has been on it for game after game for like a couple games. They've been clicking. Mealy and Kuda and Scott OBP has really been stepping up his game. DeLauro's having a nice game tonight. And they seem like they're doing a real nice job of really knowing uh, when to apply a double team. Did we get a penalty for a stick? Coach Bond doesn't look happy about that penalty. I don't. I believe it's because of face-off stick. The pocket's deeper or every. Okay, so everything different about the head on the face-off stick. Okay, so Brad's teaching something. Oliver's up here working the camera for us tonight. Olivier, Mr. Coolbeck. You should see this guy play hockey. Oh, oh yeah, yeah. You seen him at home games. You should see him on the road. On the road, he's like a different beast. He's a different animal on the road. You should see him hit a golf ball. Do you see him hit a golf ball? Oh yeah, he crushes that. He crushes it. He sends them deep. Hits the bombs. Huh, Ollie? Ollie hits the bombs on the golf course. So I don't know. It looks like they might be calling. I don't know if they're calling the Cougars on a penalty here or what they're doing. Looks like they're going to be setting up as if they are on a man down with no face off, but maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. It looks like it. So maybe not. Maybe. Yeah. Okay, so Tigers will start fourth quarter man up. They did call the Cougars. Anyways, Tigers have the ball, and that's Lamarck down to Sishik. Back up top to Lamarck. Sishik. Sishik has it. Lamarck. Cougars keeping them out on the perimeter. Line to Sishik. Looks like Castillo. Now Sishik. Shot. Low shot. Who was that? Lyon with a low shot to the right of Waller. Puts it in the goal. Cutting the lead to 12-6. So Lyon with his first of the day makes it 12-6 Cougars. 11:21 left in the game. Looks like Ferguson will take the draw. Cougars will still be a man down. Ferguson still ball on the ground. Picked up by Rowan. Up to Kraft. Kraft's going to load up. No, he pulls it out. Gives it to Castillo. Castillo up to Lyon. Lyon to Sishik. Sishik has it. He's going to still wait. Gives it to Porter. Porter to Sishik. Back to Porter. Now to Lyon. There's Castillo. Now Lyon. Castillo with a high shot over the goal. Backed up by Lamarck. Tigers still have possession. Lamarck can't handle the pass, and Kuda picks it up. Dom Kuda for the Cougars is going to have it. Feed it to Mealy. Mealy's looking to start a little bit of a break. Gets it across midfield and gives it to Jeremiah Wade. Wade is going to get it inside the box for the Cougars touch, and now they're just going to try to kill out the penalty. Wade still has it. Still has it. He's being doubled. No, he fights through the double. Gets around. Gives it to Cronin. Cronin now to Wade, who shoots a low shot. Deflected by the Tigers. Picked up by Wade. Now Kuda has it. Sends it back up top for Martin. Martin's going to hold on and wait for the Cougar penalty to be over, which it is. And now Brennan Wright has it, and the Cougars are 6-on-6. 9:50 left in the game. Cougars are up 12-6. Brennan Wright has it. Sends it behind the cage. No, he still has it. Being worked on defense by Lyon. Brennan Wright down the alley. Doesn't have a shooting lane. Sends it into the middle, but deflected nicely by the Tiger defense, and they're going to come away trying to make it clear. Number 11 can't handle the pass. Andy Scott still putting the pressure on, but here comes Sishik. Sishik has it for the Tigers. Takes it, goes around the cage, whistle. We have a whistle and a timeout called by the Tigers. 9:17 left in the game. Cougars are up 12-6. You got anything else planned for the weekend, Ollie? Oh, playoff hockey. That's right. Your playoff hockey. That's right. You guys and Coach Spawn are like mortal enemies for the next 2 weeks. Oh, yeah, I know. You, Jay Willie's on your side, and all you Toronto Maple Leafs fans are gang. Yeah, I know. Coach Spawn's a big Bruins fan. Oh man, this is going to be testy waters for the next couple weeks, huh? Big game tomorrow night. Is that the first game tomorrow night? Oh, so they don't play tonight. Okay. Ooh. 8 o'clock tomorrow. Ooh, buddy. Ooh, buddy. Look out. So the Tigers are going to put the ball back in play, and it's Sissik. He's going to work behind the cage on Dom Kuda. Still has it behind the cage. Kuda still putting on the defense. Still has it. Looking for a screen from Porter. Switched off to Ian Smith. Now up top for Lyon. Smith cuts him off after the screen. Lyon still has it. Going to work on Ian Smith. Tries to get over the top. Now down the alley. Ian Smith cuts him off. It forces the shot wide. Backed up. They said Porter was closest to it, so they're going to keep Tigers in possession. 8:40 left in the game. Porter has it. Now Gibson up to Seshik. Seshik over to Porter. Porter working on Smith. Smith doing another nice job of cutting him off. Tried to feed it back into the middle. Errant pass, but Castillo was there to pick it up. Gives it back to Porter. Looks like they're trying to isolate one-on-one on the short stick of Smith. Now Gibson set a screen, but Scott fought through it. Lamar has it. Nice save by Waller. Sends it wide. Backed up by Lamarck of the Tigers, and they'll keep possession. 7:50 left in the game. Mealy still on the defense. Tries to run through the screen of Sishik. Doubled by OBP. Back up to Lyon. Deflected by, looked like a stick of Scott there, huh? Off a body or stick of Scott. Sending it wide of the cage, but still Tiger possession. Castillo has it. Now back up top for Porter. Porter down the alley. Cut off by Smith. Smith doing a nice job of working his feet there. Now they're going to come over to Gibson. Rade has him, forces him wide, gives it back to Lamarck. Now Lyon. Lamarck has it. Mealy, hand on heavy on his hands with the stick, forcing him out. Nice job by Mealy on the defense. Porter has it. Cougars are doing a fantastic job defensively. Nice double by Kuda to strip the ball. Waller comes up with it. Outlet pass just a little over the head of Rade, but he does scoop it up and gets it to Wade. Running down the couldn't connect with Kuda. And Kraft has it and sends it up for Gibson. Ball still on the ground. Still on the ground. Rade fighting for it, but scooped up by Andy Scott of the Cougars. Over to Nick Kuda. Nick Kuda's going to get the touch and pull it out, settle it down for the Cougars. Charlie Boone has it now to Cade Cronin. Now Kuda back to Cronin. Lone Martin joining in on the offensive end. Cronin's just going to wait for everybody and get it set up. Trying to go down the lane on Gibson. Cut off by the Tiger defense. Behind the cage. Now back up top to Boone. Boone over to Brennan Wright. Back to Boone. Boone down the lane. Cut off. Goes sweeps. Now for Cronin. Cronin low shot and scores! Number 24, Cade Cronin, with his second of the day. Good feed from Charlie Boone. Nice low shot to the left corner of the cage. Gives the Cougars a 13-6 lead with 5:52 left in the game. Ferguson out for another draw. Giattetti on the wing. Looks like DeLauro over on the far wing. Ferguson digging it out. No. Possession won by the Tigers. Roan has it. Ferguson comes back and cuts him off. Now long sticks. Nice save by Waller. Up to DeLauro. Ball's on the ground, but DeLauro does scoop it. Still has it in his stick and fires it up to Kuda, who is able to gather it before it goes out of bounds. Kuda still has it. Flag down. Kuda still has it. Gives it to Brennan Wright. And we have a timeout, injured player. Timeout, injured player. We have a penalty on the field. Timeout, injured player. It's going to be a late hit. Who's that? Kuda or DeLauro? ZD. Zach DeLauro down on the field here. We're going to have a penalty. It looks like he took one to the back. He's going to get up. He's all right. He's all right. He's a hockey player, too. He's tough. You know what I mean? He's part of our defense corps. He's a tough guy. He's part of our defense corps in hockey. Ollie's a defender. He's a defender. Nathan Ward. Yeah, that's your D partner. That's right. OBP and Nathan Ward. And I'm the defensive coach. I don't really coach anything, but I'm the defensive coach. I do open the door. I'll tell you what, Waller had another nice save down there, huh? Aiden Waller is on his game tonight. Cougars are going to have it man up. Cougars are going to have it man up. Nick Kuda is going to put it in play. Gives it up to Boone. Over to Martin. Now Wade. Back to Martin. Wade again. Looking for a shooting lane. Doesn't have it. Gives it down to... I can't see that one. Is that Giattetti in there? No. Yeah. No. Who was that? Brennan Wright. Brennan Wright. They're both 50-something. I knew it was 50-something. I couldn't see it. But no, they said that the Tigers were closest. I guess the guy didn't see Kuda backing him up, but they give it to the Tigers. Lyon has it. Scott's putting on a ride with Kuda, making it hard for the Tigers to clear. And they do finally get to clear. Now Castillo has it. Still haven't got their touch, though. Castillo works around Scott and does get it inside the box for the Tiger touch. 4:30 left in the game. 13-6 Cougars. Sishik down the lane. Shoots on Waller, but Waller with another big save. Waller says, give it to me. Just give me the shots and I'll take them. Building a wall out there. Charlie Boone has it. Clears midfield. Sends it up to Kuda, and he gets it in the box for the Cougar touch. Back to right. Now to Kuda. Kuda going to run it out, pull it up top to Lowen Martin, and the Cougars are going to slow it up, get the rest of their offense on the field. Cronin comes in. Now Martin has it up top, gives it to Cronin. Cronin working down the alley, but now sweeps back up top. Number 4 for the Tigers. Nice defense there. Who's that? Is that Lowen? Lowen's a shifty little guy. Cronin now has it. Down the alley. High shot over the cage. Backed up by the Cougars. 3:26 left in the game. 13-6 Cougars. Lowen Martin. Now Jeremiah Wade. To Brennan Wright. Nice play. Oh, beautiful play. And that's his 6. That's his 6 right there. You told him it before the game, didn't you? Brad Mockenhop told Brennan that he was going to have 6 before the game. And Brennan just made that pay off. Beautiful pass by Jeremiah Wade across the crease to a wide open Brennan Wright, who puts his 6th of the day in the goal and giving the Cougars a 14-6 lead with 3:17 left in the game. Number 15, Matt Hart, checks in for the Cougars on the defense. Petnich out here on the wing. So Jacobs in the game. Win by timeout called by NA. Rowan with a win on the faceoff circle. He's a thick boy, Rowan. He's a thick boy. He's a sophomore. Boy, he's a nice looking kid. I think I said that once or twice today, but you know. Yeah, I know, sophomore. He's got a thick body on him. So the Tigers called timeout with possession down in the offensive end. 3:06 left in the game, and the Cougars have a 14-6 lead. Tomorrow's game, noon start against Upper Canada College. I think they're doing some kind of senior recognition tomorrow for the Cougars. We have a pretty big senior group this year. If you can see across the way, there's a lot of the Cougar fans standing over there. They're going to be over there tomorrow celebrating their sons. I mean, there's a lot of seniors coming. Got a little wind going up, kicking up here, Brad. Kicking a little wind up. Mealy's checking out of the game. Matt Hart checked in. Oh, Dennis is in. Number 34, Dennis Harrington in the game. Dennis putting on some pressure over there. Who else we got in there? OBP and Deloro. James Kendall, number 7's in the game. Rade is also in the game. Giatetti's going to check in for Kuda over here on the other side. Kendall has there's Schwemmer for the Tigers. Gives it to 24. Back to Schwemmer, who mishandles the pass out of bounds. Cougars will have it. Ooh, going to give it back to Black. Going to give it back to Black. I don't know what the call was, but they're giving it back to Black. So Cougars have it, or I'm sorry, Tigers have it. 2:30 left in the game. Number 9, I think that's Ian Bowl, has it. 51, Hawk. Now 36, Mowry. And there's Bowl behind the cage. Nice feed. Good defense by, was that Denny? Jacob Petnich. Nice D there. Jacob Petnich got a little aggressive with the push in the back. Petnich providing good D. Matt Hart, Petnich having nice D there. Number 9 puts it back in play for the Tigers. 1:51 left in the game. 14-6 Cougars. Here's Hawk. Kendall on the defense for the Cougars. Hawk running down the alley. Kendall forces him wide. Now Bowl has it. Sends it behind the cage. I can't make out that number, but there's Harrington on the defense. Rade with the defense. Ball goes over midfield, over and back. Cougars will have it. Giatetti picks it up. Grandma Nona, glad you joined us tonight. Giatetti, good to have him back. His first game back for after a couple weeks out. Giatetti gives it to, looks like Kendall. Now to Rade. Rade working down the alley. Shoots a bouncer, but saved by the goalie of, we're giving the ball to White in the alley. So Giatetti's going to put it back in play. 1:02 left to play for the game. Giatetti has it. He's just going to run it up. He circles back. Still running, still running. And the Tigers are putting on a high ride. Nobody in the cage. Goalie's coming out to help play D. There's Petnich. Petnich running with it. Being pressed by Bowl. Petnich still has it. Still has it. Gives it to Ryan Mockenhop. Hometown. That's your brother, Hometown. He has it. He's stripped of the ball. Ball's on the ground. Still on the ground. Still on the ground. Ball's loose. Picked up by number 7 of the Tigers, but stripped by Kendall, and Kendall has it, bringing it back for the Cougars. 15 seconds left in the game. The Cougars are just going to pull it out. Now Kendall down the lane, gives it to Mockenhop, shoots a low shot off the post, out of bounds. They're going to give the ball to the Tigers. 4 seconds left in the game. Now he's going to send it deep. And that's the game. Final score, 14-6 Cougars. Brandon Wright with a big game on the offense. 6 goals. Aiden Waller with a huge game in goal for the Cougars, making a bunch of stops on the doorstep. Cougars overall, solid defensive play. Once again, we thank everybody for joining us. Next broadcast is tomorrow. Game time's at 12 p.m. noon. We'll come on the air about 5 minutes before that. Look forward to you joining us. Have a good night. See you next time.